The new Walpurgisnacht identities have been revealed, with their full kits for everyone to see on Twitter. Solemn Lament Gregor has turned out to be sinking. Sadly, I really wanted him to be Rupture, but that's okay, and I believe that between him and Gregor's new E.G.O, yet another sinking strategy might appear right before our eyes. You see, both of the Solemn Lament identities have access to a new status effect called Butterfly, which is in fact a unique variant of sinking. To understand how it works, we have to take a look at its full description. It's got a lot going on, so let's start at the beginning. Butterfly is a unique sinking effect. The potency and the count of this effect are called the living and the departed respectively. When hitting an enemy with Butterfly, the attacker heals the living divided by X SP. When hitting an enemy with Butterfly that is under a certain amount of SP, that enemy takes sinking potency divided by X gloom damage for every X value of the departed. That damage is halved against abnormalities. At turn end, the living inflicts sinking equal to its value to the enemy and converts into the departed. No external effects can raise the amount of Butterfly inflicted, and this effect expires only when both the living and the departed reach 0. What interests us the most is the fact that the living inflicts sinking equal to its own value, and then turns into the departed. And when hitting a low SP enemy with a lot of the departed, they will take gloom damage based on sinking potency. The damage is halved against abnormalities, but it's only fair considering how sinking works on them. It doesn't seem like you can get rid of the departed, as it's never stated that you lose stacks on every turn or on every hit. This means that you can stack the departed indefinitely to continue dealing more and more damage to the enemy through its gloom damage infliction. Now, why is this powerful? Well, it's simple really. Sinking count is no longer the priority. Without Spicebush Yi-Sang on the team, you get no benefits from keeping your sinking count above the minimum necessary for it not to fall to 0. As long as you have just enough count, you can rely on the departed to deal lots of damage, and on the living to inflict even more sinking potency. Compared to Spicebush Yi-Sang and his reliance on Deluge, this strategy has a much easier time dealing with bosses that don't have huge amounts of HP. Whenever setting up a powerful Deluge is too slow, Solemn Lament can be used to move the free damage of Deluge at the end of the fight to the start of it by using the Departed instead. He also inflicts sinking count on Clash Win, and while we haven't gotten the numbers yet, I imagine he's going to be count neutral, which would make him leagues better than Spicebush in count upkeep. The damage dealt through Butterfly has the exact same affinity as Deluge, so they pretty much act as rivals. And while I can't say if Solemn Lament is going to be entirely better than Spicebush due to the fact that I don't see the exact values of his effects, I can already guarantee that he will be the faster variant to use, with a lot less setup required for him to work. However, there's another synergy at play here. Yi-Sang's Bygone Days E.G.O is very powerful at inflicting sinking count when used alongside Echoes of the Manor. Due to every sinking potency being inflicted separately, this E.G.O has a lot of chances to inflict count with Echoes of the Manor, and when fighting a boss, all of that count goes to one enemy, increasing the power of the team tremendously. This effect is great on any sinking team, but Solemn Lament Yi-Sang specifically also benefits from losing his SP by using this E.G.O. By spamming Bygone Days, Yi-Sang can force himself under the threshold that makes him inflict more the living than the departed with his skills, which is more valuable as it turns into more sinking count and becomes the departed at turn end anyways. With how powerful Bygone Days really is, making its only downside, which is losing SP on Yi-Sang, become yet another incentive to use it, makes it even stronger as a tool in sinking, and Solemn Lament Yi-Sang becomes even more useful by making this possible. The other addition of Walpurgisnacht 4 is Solemn Lament Gregor, which is an HE level E.G.O. The Awakening variant of the skill looks like it's going to waste a lot of sinking count to inflict Butterfly instead. Every coin of the skill inflicts Butterfly with a chance to inflict the departed equal to the chance to flip heads. The third coin makes Gregor lose SP, but rerolls until he's at 0 SP. This might sound like another wing bit, but Solemn Lament rerolls on hit, without being required to hit heads, and will be useful not only for damage but also butterfly infliction, so you don't need to waste identities to support him. Also, between the on-hit SP healing of the living and the after-attack SP healing of the skill itself, Gregor won't actually stay at 0 SP after using this E.G.O, so it's not a liability. The corrosion variant of this E.G.O is much safer, as it only has one coin and inflicts sinking count alongside both types of butterfly on hit. It also deals bonus damage against low SP enemies and enemies with sinking. And while we once again don't have the actual numbers, I believe this E.G.O will do fine on damage. An added bonus of giving a good sinking E.G.O to Gregor is that now his Edgar family heir identity gets to use the first part of its passive, as it gives him damage up if his SP changes between turns, and using an E.G.O that has a huge effective cost is probably the best way to ensure the passive will get its full effect. I will retest all of this once the update actually comes out, but for now we can only sit in the anticipation of what's to come for Limbus Company. Thank you so much for watching, and also huge thanks for 1k subscribers. This does mean that the Was Here Before 1k club is officially full, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't subscribe. In fact, an overwhelming majority of my viewers aren't subscribed, so if you could just scroll down a little and press the subscribe button, I would be grateful. This was Ultranum, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye!